Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue Chris Cast. This is the podcast where we, and by we, I mean me, Chris, and my co-host / co-founder, Chris. We dive into the streaming service and we tell you, the Chrisner and the crewer, what is worth it in this Christmas season.
I was really hoping you wouldn't say that again.
What, the Christmas and the crewer?
Yeah,
Christmas and the crewer?
That sounds awful.
I mean, you did it the first time we ever did it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't have done it. I've ruined this for myself.
Listen, here's the thing about Christmas, right? Sometimes we have traditions that we stick with. Yes, those traditions might not be the ones that you like, but they're traditions that we stick with and we do them around Christmas time only. So, Chris, here we are. Today, we're doing something that some may not consider a Christmas movie. We're actually going to answer that today. We are doing 1988's very own Die Hard.
Straight off the top, this is a Christmas movie.
Well, you know, we're going to get into that.
No, I'm saying this is a Christmas movie. There's no debate. It's Christmas. There's Christmas songs. It's set at Christmas.
It's set at Christmas.
That's all it needs to be a Christmas movie.
They're in a Christmas party.
What else do you need?
You know, they had a place called the Nakatomi Plaza.
We did Gremlins last week. Whenever we did Gremlins, 4 or 5 weeks ago.
It could be next week.
How is that any more Christmas?
I mean, you're exactly right, but we're going to get into it because, like, we got 23 minutes to fill. You know, 20 to 30 minutes to fill.
Talk soon.
So let me give you the facts. We'll get into this. It's got the 8.2 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got the 94% on the Rotten Tomatoes. Just as Detective McClane lands in LA to spend Christmas with his wife, he learns about a hostage situation in an office building. Hans Gruber is the culprit, and McClane's wife is one of the hostages. And we're here. I mean, if there's ever been an "we're here" moment, it's right there.
That's a very good synopsis.
This is a 2 hour and 11-minute movie, and let me tell you, it didn't feel like that. Nah. It didn't feel like that.
Gremlins felt like about a 3-hour movie.
Dude, I couldn't believe, I was looking at, I mean, this is last week, but I was looking at, when I was watching the Gremlins, I was pressing the thing and I was like, there's still more.
I know.
Like, there's no end to this.
I know. You know, oh man, well, should we have 20 minutes left? I'm 20 minutes in.
You're 20 minutes in. Whereas this movie, it's like, is there more?
Yeah.
Is there more of this? You know, let's just get into it. So essentially, the synopsis is as it is. Bruce and his wife, John McClane and his wife, they're on rocky hills. You know, they're struggling.
She's a career woman.
And John McClane, he's a bit of a drunkard. He's a bit of a deadbeat, but he is John McClane at heart. You know, he's a man that does John McClane things. He's the everyman.
He's not the everyman.
He's the everyman in an action man's sort of get up and experience. Because like if you had, I mean, that's an everyman. Been trained. That's an everyman.
Yeah, but he's been trained.
That's a community man. That's an everyman. He's been trained. You seen what training they do? They do like 10 push-ups. You in?
You done the police training?
I mean, I've seen a video of it. Say, brother, that's 10 push-ups. Jump over this fence. You're in. You seen some police officers? If you did crime, you could run away from like 96% of police officers out on the streets. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry about that.
I don't know why I'm here doing a podcast where I get like $15 a month.
And that's split between both of us. You know?
I know.
As in like, because we get 30 total. But $15 a month between both of us, we're robbing someone, but it's just not enough. It's not enough. So
if you would like to be robbed by us.
Actively.
Yeah. Sign up to the Patreon.
Yeah. Essentially what we do there is we do extra podcasts and they could go for several hours. They could go for 1, they could go for 2, they could go for 30 minutes. But we do them. We've got I'd say we've got 70 hours of content over there.
Oh, for sure.
I'd say we've got 70 hours of content that you can go in. You can go in for a free trial as well.
It's the best streaming service you can sign up for.
But anyway, John McClane, you know, he's got the widow's peak. He's got the receding hairline. You're not bringing Arnold in here. You're not bringing Sylvester. He's just a regular looking dude. Yes, he's a police officer, but he's just more of a regular looking dude. And I think that's what people like about this movie as well. But I want to just get into, essentially this is going to be the hits.
Yeah.
Because there's very few misses in this movie. The only misses is like, you know, Hans Gruber could have easily just shot both John McClane and his wife when he's hanging from a wristwatch at the end of this movie. But we're going to get into that at the end. I want to hear the hits from you. I want to hear the hits.
Dude, they had a carpeted bathroom in that office.
That's disgusting. That's a miss.
Can you believe that?
That's a miss.
Because I don't imagine that being a set. I imagine them filming in an actual office.
In a plaza, the Nakatomi Plaza, if you will.
Is that a real place?
I don't know if it's a real place, but if there was, like, they would be in there, But
that's what I mean. That's. I feel like that's likely not a set. I don't have the information in front of me right now.
Well, carpeted bathrooms are a thing.
But that's wild.
Speaking of the Patreon, we've actually talked about that in one of our podcasts. That's one of my fears, to go into a carpeted bathroom.
Well, because, we're talking about the hits, but in a bathroom, like, there's sometimes misses.
There's sometimes just spray and splashback.
And so you then can't, especially if it's dark. That's like a burgundy color.
Because you can't have it white, because then you can see everything.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But then at least if it's white, you know where not to step, where to clean.
Where not to step?
Everywhere
on that carpet. Also, so the other issue is, not only is, like, stuff but just general water is going on. You wash your hands, you're looking for the thing, it's going on there. It's seeping into that carpet. You got mold molecules in there.
Nah,
that's disgusting, dude. And it looks like a real nice plaza they got going there.
Yeah.
They don't need to have
the Nakatomi Corporation making money.
They're making money, dude. That's why what's his name's in there looking for bearer bonds,
That's right.
And I'll be honest with you, I've heard bearer bonds many times in movies, and I have no idea as to what a bearer bond is. But I'm assuming that if we were to do crime, because we could run away from 95% of police officers.
Yeah. Is that gone down? If they've just recruited some people?
I just thought of a 1%er that, like, because, like, there's 1%ers out there,
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
that might take us down pretty quick. But you go into a space. I know that if we're going to get back into crime, it's going to be steal the bearer bonds.
Yeah.
Because there's money in that.
Oh, 100%.
Because if Hans is there looking for money, like, there's money in that.
And they just like pieces of paper. So you can get a whole plethora of bearer bonds. You just put them in your filing cabinet.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I need to go to the supermarket. Hold on. Here's 100,000 in bearer bonds.
Hey, just get those sleeves out. We're going to just put them in here. And listen, if I copy a couple of bearer bonds,
you just photocopy them.
Who's going to know? I copy a couple of bearer bonds.
You got Officeworks?
I got Officeworks. I copy a couple of Pokemon cards.
I said, look, you copy this for me. Don't tell anyone. I'll give you one. You can photocopy one for yourself.
One for me, one for you. Let's get into the hits, though, because there's other than the carpeted toilets. I even like the ringing of the elevators in this movie.
Ding,
ding, ding.
Yeah, this is a good movie. You have the first thing, the first man's that John McClane pieces up. He just fell down the stairs and died.
The one thing that is great about this movie is it's no holds barred action.
No.
They're not shooting someone and it looks away. Like, you see a man's legs get, like, absolutely machine gun kellied, right? There's holes, there's blood spurting out of it. There's people falling down things, there's people falling up things. There's lots of stuff going on. It's chaos.
If you call yourself after a gun and you got a man bun,
dude, you can't do that.
You can't do it.
One of the great things is, I think, you got John McClane on one side, who's this brash, he's going in there, his singlet is gradually just getting dirtier and sweatier and grosser as the movie goes on, right? And then you've got this clean cut, like, somewhat calm and collected Hans Gruber on the other side. And they're interacting in different ways. Sometimes they're shooting the guns at each other. Sometimes they're on the
dog and bone.
On the dog and bone together. Sometimes Hans Gruber is reacting to things that John McClane has done. For example, I've got a machine gun now. Ho, ho. Dude, when Hans Gruber says ho, 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 if that's not a, you get a couple extra points for that.
He really played the part in this movie.
That's what I'm saying.
He played the part because he had the fresh suit, he had the goatee.
He's German, but he's American. But he's German, but he's American.
And he's talking about, hey, that's a nice suit, Mr. Takagi. It's a shame we get dirty. That's not what he says, but
he knows what's up. He knows what's next.
He knows that he's going to make moves that will spoil that suit, and that's going to hurt him
because it's a nice suit. It's a nice suit. One of the great things about action movies the 80s, of the 90s, you know, those Arnold Schwarzenegger joints, those Sylvester Stallone joints, this movie here in particular, is that they have these iconic lines and they have this way about, like, I've just killed someone, I'm going to hit him with this one liner that never feels forced. You know, there's a scene where the police get cold and there's like, hey, there's something strange going on at Nakatomi Plaza. Can you go check this out? Police officer comes to Nakatomi Plaza. He's like, man, you know, doesn't look like there's anything strange. Just looks like Nakatomi as usual, right? And John McClane sees this all happen. He's like, how am I going to get the attention of this police officer? So he throws a man out of the Nakatomi Plaza, and that man hits the police car. John McClane says, "Welcome to the party, pal." And you're just thinking, like, how? Not only where did they come up with this? Because I can do that. I can get AI to come up with that right now. But how do they make it just fit so perfectly?
I'll tell you how, which is how I think. There's no, everything's silent. You pause. You're on the guy's face. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. A lesser movie would have done that.
A lesser movie would have just had John McClane's face the whole shot. Whereas you've got that as this is the environment.
Yeah.
You know, you're in here now. Welcome to the party. It's just it's business as usual.
It's BAU, and the other thing is they build up this character to be that person. He's not just saying these the one-liners are not a part of his personality.
No, the
one-liners aren't all of his personality. They are part of his diverse and rich personality of him being a 95%er that I'd run away from. Now he'd be in the 5% that would chase us down.
But the most iconic line from this movie is "Yippee-ki-yay."
Yippee-ki-yay, yeah.
Mother.
Yeah, we can't say that here.
We can't say that.
We can say that on the Patreon. So if you sign up, we'll say it 10 times.
We'll say it 10 times. And John McClane will be here.
For every person that signs up, we'll say it.
We'll say it. And that's a line that I thought was going to be a zoom in on the face. He says that, and he shoots a guy in the head. But it's just, he's just there. He's talking to Hans Gruber. He's not even...
He backs up through a door.
He backs up through a door. I mean, that's cool.
Because it's BAU. And I think as well, one of the things is, because this was such a big movie, and many movies try to emulate what it is, right? These days we're trying to emulate... You're trying to emulate movies that have made lots of money in the past, that have got lots of fans, got lots of recognition in the past, because that's what we do, right? We see things that are good and we try to, in our own way.
It's a capitalist society. We've got to make money.
We've got to make money.
Just like the bearer bonds.
That's right. And if you photocopy them, that's a get-rich-quick scheme.
That's money.
Because you only need one bearer bond.
Exactly.
you just
need one bearer bond. I mean, printers, photocopies, they're so cheap now. Man. It's the ink that's the issue.
Because, that's the big issue. One of the things that they do well in this movie is that they were never intending to be like, okay, this is going to be the line that's going to be quoted by people for years to come. This is going to be the line that we're going to put on the poster. This is going to be the line that hits in the trailer. Because remember, we need the trailer to look good because otherwise people aren't going to go. They weren't worrying about trailers back then. People didn't have nothing to do. Nowadays, you've got virtual reality. You don't have to leave your house. Back in those days, it's like, I need to go to the theaters.
Yeah,
because how am I going to find bearer bonds at my house? I've got to go find them elsewhere. They're somewhere on the street.
If you're making trailers now, you have to put the best line at the start because heads will click off immediately.
Literally, they have the mini trailer before the trailer now. You know that's the case.
No, I haven't watched a trailer in years.
So nowadays, it's, hey, here is a 10-second snip of all the cool things in the trailer. Now we're going to get into the trailer.
Oh, so they're making a trailer of the trailer.
They're making a trailer of the trailer, and they're like, now we're going to get into the trailer so you can see them again.
Exhibit would have had a hand in that for sure.
Exhibit? As in, like we put a trailer inside your trailer? Yeah, dude. And we saw Exhibit live, and he slapped a man. Like he assaulted a man. And speaking of 95%ers, the 95% of police rocked up to the Exhibit concert, and instead of like arresting the man for assaulting someone, they took a photo of him like this, like arms crossed. Do you remember that?
That was that on my 18th birthday?
We went to an Exhibit party. It was for your 18th birthday at least. You said, dude, I'm turning 18. I want to go to this, adult exhibit party. It was at the
university as well.
It was at the university, the uni bar. We went in there. Exhibit is not coming out for a while. We're thinking, where's Exhibit? Like, is he stuck in the trailer that he put inside of his trailer? And then he comes out and he talks about how he slapped the promoter. He said, that's why your BA got slapped. and then got into the thing. And then the police rocked up. Squad of the police. I'm talking about 6, 7, 8 police officers.
Because they heard exhibit, they wanted the photo.
And that's right. One of the photos.
And that's the 95%ers.
That's the 95%ers that like, they're not catching us when we got bearer bonds in hand.
No.
Yeah. Let's just do the hits. Let's just do the hits. Let's just go through them.
All right. The one thing I liked about this movie, plot wise,
It's like Argyle's just like, doing like sex phone operators.
That's hilarious. Anytime Argyle's in, because after having watched Gremlins a couple days prior to this,
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that movie scattered as hell. And it felt...
It's all over the shop.
That's right. It's all over the shop. But Die Hard was... Even the because I'm looking at that, I'm going, why is this Argyle man's? Why is he still in the? Like, where's it coming in? Where's he coming into it? Where's these Channel 5 news heads? What's the deal with these? This guy? Why do I care about him? But everything came together at the end.
That's right.
There were little parts, and it was enough to go, well, I'm glad you've had them in the movie. I'm glad you've had them in the movie.
It came together in a way. I mean, those scenes, especially with Argyle, were funny just in general.
Yeah, like, that's right. But if there was no end, then you go, why do you just keep showing this bloke?
Like, is he there just for the comedic relief?
Yeah,
and he was, but also he was used later in the plot as a device to get John McClane and
yeah, but he also pieced up that other guy, the computer man's, which was hilarious because he punches him in the face, he knocks him out, and he's like, yeah. Hey,
because I
gotta make moves.
Because if you're doing limousine stuff, you're not out there doing like I'm gonna knock this dude out, like computer science or not. I'm knocking this dude out. Which anyway, the hits. I mean, we could go.
I didn't even get to what my point was.
I know. Sorry, that's
in terms of no. I tangented onto another thing.
Right.
I liked how they didn't reveal what Hans Gruber and his crew were doing. The whole movie, I mean, I've seen this movie before, but I effectively had no memory of it. So I'm watching this movie, I'm going, why have they got the C4, they got it out the trunk, they put it in at the top of the thing, they calling this, I'm thinking, what's going on? They gave you little bits as you went on, but it was only at the tail end, at the business end of the piece, where they started going, okay, this is what we're doing. And then you're going, okay, this is wild. Because
one of the things that, a lesser movie would do is it'd be like, he's got the God's eye, and the God's eye can be turned into a nuclear bomb. Yeah, they'd be doing some Fast and the Furious stuff. They'd be monologuing about, hey,
Vin
this
will
is
say
exactly
how we do.
Vin will say it, then Dwayne, and then Paul Walker, and then back to Vin.
And then Dwayne Johnson.
That's Dwayne. And then,
that's Dwayne. And then the other guy they brought in, John Cena.
John Cena, and then Tyrese. And Tyrese would just be like, hey, man, like, I'm comedic relief here. Like, so I'm just going to say the quote that makes people laugh, right? Because I'm Tyrese. I released the worst album that even The Rock said it was bad. And The Rock been in some bad movies. But yeah, so, and I mean, that's just that. I mean, that's cinema. I mean, this is just a well-written movie, a well-directed movie. There's such minor things that you can go, he's shooting a gun for about 45 minutes, and like you see him got the clip, and it just goes. It's like one of those ones. It just keeps going around. Yeah, he's got a hose next to him, one of them hose reels, and it's just got the bullets. Literally, some guy just feeding bullets into it. Like, you never see him on screen, but he's doing it.
Yeah, which that's funny. And then also the guy that he wraps a chain around him. He's been dead for 15 minutes, and then somehow he comes out to piece up.
I mean, he's there,
but he dies because Roger Neville Johnson is there.
He's there, but he dies. The other like one of the scenes where he's shooting a lot is the glass scene, which I think is great, where they're just shooting. They've just got machine guns out the wazoo.
Yeah, that's the one. They just keep shooting, and I'm going, there's no more than 25 bullets in that magazine.
No.
There's no more.
And it's not like John McClane's got like them in his pocket either.
No, I'm pretty sure he took 2 from the bag.
Yeah. And
he used one of them.
So he's got, he's got 50 bullets to shoot.
If he had 100 bullets, it'd still be not enough.
But scenes like that, I love the fact that he's coming into this space, and half the time he's saying like, "What are you doing, John?" Like, what are you? Why?
Yeah.
What? When he's about to jump off the plaza on the thing, he's like, "What are you doing, John?"
See, it doesn't matter that he shot 600 bullets in 15 seconds with 2 magazines because the rest of the movie was really good.
Yeah.
So you can go, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, it's really good, but also I just love the fact that he's never necessarily on top. Like, he is obviously, there's times where he's defeating the villains and all that, but he's running on glass. He's barefoot. He's the police now think he's the terrorist. He's just working his way through this plot. Like, man, I'm one step away from dying, but that's just what's happening.
I was so happy those FBI guys got pieced up.
I mean, what can you do?
What can I do?
I mean, what can you do? I mean, if you're those FBI guys, No,
but it's just hilarious. They come into the piece going, yeah, nah, listen, we're in charge now. I'm Johnson. This is Johnson. Yeah. And like Dwayne's with us as well. We know we're taking over. We're taking over. Shut the grid down. Oh, they're stewing in there. They're stewing there. Hans Gruber's like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, this is working for my plan.
Yeah, we've completed the objective.
Completed mission.
And then the FBI heads go, we'll release all these heads in like Sri Lanka, in Ireland, in wherever.
Yeah.
All right, they're thinking we're getting transport choppers. Nah, we're just gonna go shoot. If we take out 20% of hostages, hey, that's all right. I can live with that. I'm going. I hope these people. This ends poorly.
This ends poorly for those people.
And it subsequently ended poorly.
Because like Hans Gruber, he was picturing himself back in Germany.
Yeah.
Right. He's just walking through the airport. They're like, have you got any, maybe, potentially any money over over $10,000 on your person? He's like, no, I just got these papers in my pocket. But like, they're not really money. They're just papers.
Yeah.
And he's just in there like Michelin Man, like barrabons coming out his sleeves.
He's got a huge jacket on. He's just strapped up. Barrabons are just around his torso.
And look, dude, if I'm ever going to be, transporting money across oceans and across seas, over them, if you will, I'm going straight the Barabond option. I'm going that option because that's going to get you to the next step. Whereas if you have cold hard cash, right? They're going to look at your bag and say, look at all this cold hard cash. Yeah. You have Barabonds papers in there. You just say, hey, look, they're my immigration papers.
I wonder what. Oh, they all say they're worth 100,000. Yeah, man, immigration expensive now,
dude. Because I'm immigrating to many places. I'm going hot places. I'm going cold places. Going with your things that are not bearer bonds conversation.
No, I don't know. I was going to think if how can you if you'd put like crayon on the bear bonds.
Yeah.
Does that invalidate them?
I think
because you could say, "Hey, nah, my kids, they just write things. This is just scrap paper at the office."
Yeah, this is just stuff we photocopy for the kids to write on.
Yeah. So if they see that, they say it says 100,000, they go, "Well, it's crayon on there."
It says I am 12 on there as well.
Yeah.
Now, is this a Christmas movie?
It has to be a Christmas movie.
Can I tell people something about this? Because this is always Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I watch this movie at every, whatever. Who cares? Who in their right mind? And I might have cared last episode. I might have said something that contradicted what I'm about to say now, but I'm a different man.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, just enjoy this movie. This is a good movie regardless of the time you watch it.
Yeah, but it's 100% a Christmas movie.
I mean, it is, it says Christmas time is here. Like, it says that.
It's got multiple Christmas songs. Hans Gruber singing Christmas jingles.
Hans Gruber goes, ho, ho, ho. Like that.
100% he could have shot both of them. He could have shot Bonnie Bedelia. He could have shot Bruce Willis.
I love that scene, dude. When he's hanging from her wristwatch.
Yeah.
He's got like one finger in the wristwatch. He's hanging, right? And then he's got his gun and he's hanging there and he's like, oh, wait a second. I can shoot these folks.
But also...
I mean, he's fight, flight or freeze. He's freezing for a bit.
Yeah. But also he shoots them like he's dying.
Yeah, but at least he gets them out the way.
Yeah, but I think he's not... He wants to live, I think.
Also, he's like, hey, bring me up or I'll kill you. And when you bring me up, I'll kill you. Dude, but when because I'm pretty sure there was, and I might have to look back, but I'm pretty sure like Hans Gruber, as in Alan Rickman, got angry because they were meant to tell him, hey, you're about to fall. But then they didn't tell him like, hey, you're falling now. Like, because his face, it's pure fear. When he
Yeah.
falls, he's like, oh, Jesus, I'm going to die. Like, that was a man that looked like he was going to die.
But as in they forgot to tell him he was falling.
No. They're like, I'm assuming on set there'd be like because, there's nothing really, there's no, I can't remember if you can't really hear. It's like there's music and all sorts of stuff going on. There'd be in the background someone saying, all right, Alan, 3, 2, 1. Then you fall. But they might have just said, man, screw Alan. And press the button. And Alan's falling down like, dude, because that would have been scary. You don't know you're about to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into, you got any hits? You got some stuff written on your notes? This is the part where Vincent looks at his notes.
It just says they got a carpeted bathroom. That's my notes.
That's disgusting.
That's my notes.
Let's get into the rating. Like if you're not rated an 8 or above, like you're wrong.
This is a 9.
Yeah.
This is a 9.
I was gonna give, because it's
I mean, you
hard.
got Reginald Val Johnson.
You got Reginald Val Johnson. You got Devereaux.
You got Argyle, man.
And I mean, you got Bruce Willis. Like this is peak Bruce Willis.
It's also just a good quality cast. Everyone plays their role. It's written well. It's a good movie. It's a good fun movie. It's intense.
Yeah, it is intense. It is intense.
You got Reginald Val Johnson, man. He's telling you what's in Twinkies.
The scene when Bruce Willis he's got his hands behind his back, he's laughing, and Hans Gruber's like, "If you're laughing, I'm laughing," or it might have been the other way around. But
Yeah. And then he shoots him with the.
Then he shoots.
Which I was looking at that. You've taped it to your back,
Yeah.
so it needs to have enough adhesion
to stay on
your back. But then also you need to be able to rip it off quickly.
You need to have enough adhesion, or at least not enough adhesion to rip it off.
Yeah. So
and to shoot a man in the head and then shoot Hans Gruber in maybe the shoulder.
yeah, it was wild to me because he's taped it in 2 spots. He's taped the handle and then the barrel.
Yes.
So I feel like that's a lot of faith that you've got in your ability to pull out this gun quickly.
I mean, based on adhesion, we have to give this movie an 8. Just based on the adhesion.
Yeah, based on adhesion for sure.
No, this is a 9. This is a 9. It's 8 or above, because if you're not giving 8 or above, like, you ain't watching the right movie. You might have watched Die Hard 4.
Yeah.
This was a good movie. And this has been the back catalogue.
Talk soon.
Merry Christmas.